Hi Pisces, welcome to July 2021 Astrological Forecast. So the big news for you kind of is Jupiter is leaving your sign. Okay, it's moving back into Aquarius on the 28th, but it will be in your sign fully, okay, moving into your sign at the end of December. But you got to experience what it was like to have Jupiter in your sign for like the past 2 months or so. Yeah, just about. So, but it's not a bad thing that it's leaving. It's still in a nice area in your chart. It's in your 12th house. It's back in your 12th house. So, there's actually a full moon that occurs in this area on the 23rd. I'll get to that in a minute, though. So, the month does start off with planets in a fellow water sign. The sun is in Cancer, okay, where you have Cancer in your chart as your 5th house of fun and romance, creativity, speculation, gambling, the arts, entertainment, games, sports, all kinds of fun. It's the fun house, okay. So, of course, having the sun here turns your mind in that direction. Mars was just here not too long ago, so this house was already activated, so nobody had to slap you out of some stupor, to get you to have some fun. It just happened naturally, like it normally does, okay? But Mars is a physical, energetic, and enthusiastic planet, so wherever it's transiting, that's what it does. It makes you physically active. Okay, so I would have to say that your quest for fun had already started. Okay, but having the sun here really makes it kick in even more. Okay, there's a new moon in Cancer on the 9th, and Mercury moves into this area on the 11th. It's only here for a short time. Mercury's moving kind of fast. On the 27th, it will move into Leo, okay, where other planets are right now, but I'll get to that in a minute. Having Mercury here is like at the beginning of the month, the first 10 days, Mercury's still in Gemini in your 4th house. So if you were just waiting on, let's say, like some kind of information in regards to a family member or your home, property, anything like that, it's not too big of a deal having Mercury here just for this first so many days. But if it's a newsy kind of thing, that's what Mercury does. It's a big communication and news, but Mercury's a timer in astrology. So wherever it's transiting and whatever, it brings news of some kind. Okay, so if you were waiting to hear about something, first 10 days, would probably be when that would happen in regards to your family, your home life, or your home. So having Mercury in your 5th house, though, makes you kind of very, lots of communication, let's put it that way, with your friends, wanting to have fun, possibly a party of some kind, either throwing one or attending one. Getting people together maybe for a weekend trip or an overnighter, day trip or something like that, but it could be to travel to do something that's not too far from wherever it is you live, like visit, I don't know, a park, national park, or some water slide place or whatever, amusement park even. You could possibly be doing something like that. This could be a time too where you may want to gamble just a little bit. Maybe you'll go to a casino or something like that. Having Mercury here in direct motion sometimes does bring about a little bit of luck in a way in the house of gambling, 5th house of gambling. And around that new moon of the 9th, I would have to say that maybe this is when you begin one of these very things. It could be even like a short trip, let's say with your kids. 5th house is also children, and doing activities with your children or even with someone else's children, or something that is childlike, such as I don't want to say an amusement park is only for children, but I'm just saying that you want to have fun as if you were like when you were a little kid, something like that. So this is also the house of romance, though. Around that new moon could be possibly, just possibly, bring about some kind of new romance, but it could also just be like a renewal of a current romance. Or if you're married or something, it puts a little bit of life back into your relationship with your spouse. Okay? And if none of these things apply to you, this is also the house of creativity. So you could actually just be working on something and have like a real breakthrough where whatever your ideas are, they flow pretty freely. You're not blocked. You're not blocked. Okay, so anyways, the month starts off with Mars in Leo and Venus in Leo. The love planets, Venus and Mars, are in your 6th house of Leo. And the Sun moves into Leo on the 22nd. Mercury moves here on the 27th. Okay, so your 6th house is your house of the kind of work that you do, the workplace, your co-workers, the physical building where you actually work, or if you're still working from home, or even if you don't work at all, you're retired, or you don't work at all for whatever reason. This is also the house of service and the house of health. So having Mars here, as far as health goes, maybe you were doing something fun, okay, when Mars was in Cancer in your 5th house. Maybe you took up some kind of sport, or you were getting together, even let's say like with neighbors, people in your neighborhood, and you were walking, taking a walking trail, or riding a bike or something like that. And this is something maybe you haven't done for like years, but it was fun, so you kept it up. But now you've discovered that it's helped your health in some way or other. You feel a lot better now that you've been doing this thing, so you continue to do it when Mars is in your 6th house and just adopt it as part of your everyday life now. It's you see like an improvement in your health, okay? A lot of times having Venus here, though, too, sometimes makes you want to overeat or overdrink or party a little bit too much, but what you're eating and drinking are usually sweets or high-calorie something or other. So maybe you felt that you've gained a little bit of weight and you're just trying to lose some weight. So maybe that's why you're exercising or having some kind of physical activity. But the planet Mars is a physical planet, and it has the ability to really energize you and gives you like this extra energy. So sometimes you just need some way to get rid of that. And even if you just dance or do something, but you had to maybe possibly move around a little bit when it started in your 5th house, but now that it's in your 6th house, you're a little bit antsy and would probably want to move around an awful lot. If this is occurring, though, in the workplace, when Mars is in your 6th house in regards to your work, you want credit for the work that you do. You won't let your co-workers take credit for something that you've done. You don't usually put up with an awful lot at this time from your co-workers or even the company you work for. You want to change things wherever it is that you work, that for the better. It's not like you're just doing it because you said so, but maybe you need to change your schedule, or some way or other that you're the kind of work that you're doing. Maybe you would like another assignment, or different work, different job, or something or other. So that's what Mars does. It makes you stand up for yourself also, okay, wherever it's transiting. And that's what it'll do when it's in the 6th house of the workplace and the kind of work you do. Venus here at the same time, though, does denote like good relationships with your co-workers. Maybe you're some kind of leader right now at work. Maybe There's something that's going on there that needs changed, and you're doing it not just on your own behalf, but for everybody, and everybody's cheering you on, and you know, you're the person that's going to get all this done. You know, so maybe that's the way they view you right now. Maybe you are even given some kind of position of authority at this time. Okay? Now, there's the full moon. Okay, there's a full moon in Aquarius, where you have Aquarius as your 12th house. This is the full moon on the 23rd. It's directly across from your 6th house of Leo. Okay, so your 12th house is the house of secrets and things that occur behind the scenes. Actions by you or someone else. Just anything happening in this place, okay? So you could actually just find out something, some kind of secret about a coworker, the company you work for, the work in general, something that's going on at work that maybe no one is supposed to know about, anything that I believe it's work related, okay? Or if you don't work at all and you're retired, this is also the house of service, and you maybe have been helping someone. Could be a relative, could be a friend, anyone that you are actually helping in some way or other. Maybe they're really have come to really rely on you maybe a bit too much, and you could find out even with this, around this full moon, that maybe they just wanted to have you around because they like your company. Maybe they really didn't need you in their life as much as you thought they did. They would ask you to do stuff for them because they just wanted your company. You know, they just want to be friends with you or something or other. Maybe they don't have much going on in their own life, or maybe they are a person that's confined to some area, like a personal care home or something like that. But their life in some way or other is they're confined. Like I said, they're confined to their own home or something, and you're a breath of fresh air. So you might find out something like that at that time. So now the love planets, Venus and Mars, are going to move into Virgo, your opposite sign. Okay, on the 21st, Venus moves into Virgo, and on the 29th, Mars moves into Virgo, into your 7th house, where you have the sign of Virgo. So a lot of times when Mars is in your 7th house of close relationships, partnerships of any kind, business, romantic, or close friend, this is also the house of competitors and open enemies. And an open enemy is one that everybody knows you two don't like each other. Okay, you don't get along, whatever. So when Mars is here, that's usually when all these people start acting up in your life. Okay, people become kind of aggressive towards you. They want you to do things their way. They try to force you into some kind of commitment, even no matter if it is business or romantic. They become very pushy in your life. Okay, this is the house of partnerships and close relationships. Okay, so if you are just dating someone, people nowadays, they're so aggressive and pushy towards one another that you go out with somebody one time, all of a sudden you're supposed to be exclusive. I don't know. There's a lot of really nutty people out there. So this is one of those times where you kind of have to watch out for something like that. Somebody could really, I don't want to even say take a shine to you, take a little bit more. Not that they're really going to be obsessed with you, but they could be just a little bit too much for you. Okay. Now, if this is somebody who's been in your life for a long time, you already know that they're too much, okay? And even if this is a friend, excuse me, that's just a friend. So, but this is a time where they start to act up, but you also, you don't have to put up with anything like that. And also, Venus is here at the same time, and it does kind of soften the blow or whatever of Mars, so whoever might be acting towards you in an aggressive way, It's not as aggressive as it would be if Venus weren't here right now, okay, with traveling with Mars. So it could be actually kind of romantic. You know, somebody could really, in romance, somebody could really go out on a limb and do something pretty unique and pretty bold even. And you might be really, really impressed by something like that, okay? Now, Venus in your 7th house does make really, really good relations with everybody in this house, like all the people that I just mentioned, even the open enemy. But you have to watch out, because the open enemy or the competitor, okay, in any kind of competition, personal or professional, okay, they could be trying to befriend you just because they need to know what you're up to. Okay, so you already know not to take this person seriously. You know, I mean, if you see each other socially, what are you going to do? You know, you could do your pleasantries and leave it at that. Hello and goodbye, whatever. But never trust someone who is trying to befriend you at this time when you know damn well they don't like you. Okay, I mean, I don't really have to tell you something like that. I'm just telling you this now because this is the time when something like that would more than likely happen, if it were going to happen. Okay, so the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Pisces on the 26th and 27th. And the best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Virgo, and those dates are the 13th, 14th, and 15th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, any kind of gambling or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 8th, 9th, 10th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. The best time for money is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 15th, 16th, 17th, 28th, 29th, and 30th. The best time for your career is the 19th, 20th, and 21st. And the best time for communication and travel is the 3rd, 4th, 5th. I'm sorry. Is that? Yeah, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 30th, and 31st. So I hope you enjoyed your astrological forecast for July. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and check out my weekly forecast. Goodbye.